Life goes on. Idiots. So, nothing will be agree. No, if you go, you like say you go through Sabi, you don't feel yourself. You go just dey watch. And they vex you, eh? They vex me, eh? The way things they take happen for Nigeria still. Because what I'm used to, for instance, you get one time, I go bank. I've been at bank. One place like that, I go. Me, I feel say I'm working that thing. Now digital stuff, I go write paper, they write paper. They send me go one office, they carry my file, they do this, they that. I got to vex me because I know say one thing you go just get that computer but what 2 places. You will just use like 2 desks, you don't feel. But if you're gonna make me work out, nah, I talk to the person within my side. Now so much still do. They say now so now is normal thing now. Let me say that they do before you come out. Now so now they talk now. When I do they like this. I don't think to say oh, but only 1 year I spent there. So top of now you go spend like me. I'm gonna go home for a day. The least plus my masters I will talk about 4.5 steady years.
In the UK.
We say every year or every month and a new thing they buy. I can't go Nigeria. I will first pray, Father help me to come. After I step out there, but what happened now? I said, I don't start. Why the video now? Now picture they take by the video. Oh, yes, this is the kitchen in Leon's Hudson Hall VAT H. We have, and yes, and VAT is the way. If you just take the camera closer, I think you could see where it's written. Welcome to Luton. Luton is our county, let's say, in Bedfordshire, which is the basic city in the UK. The train station is just there. That huge building you're seeing is a car park. It's a car park. So our kitchen, the back of our kitchen is right direct to the train station. That means we see a lot of trains pass this way every day. In fact, in an average of about 5 minutes, we see trains pass every 5 minutes in different colors and shades. They're so beautiful, it's cool. And guess what? The noise doesn't disturb us because what do we call this? The window system is so good, just like soundproof, that noise doesn't penetrate, even if the train is passing. And they don't blow their horns like the way you do in Nigeria, like nothing happening, pom pom. It doesn't happen over here, and it's cool. There is this, when you cross over there, you see Alabama store. My fellow Nigerian student that just arrived, I've chosen to call it African store. Simply because it's owned by an African woman. It's cool, bro. You see, that's one of the beautiful bosses, I think.
And as well,
see?
And they sell African stuff, right?
Yeah, they really sell a lot of African stuff in high prices. It's such a cool place. In the UK, where we're staying is not a city, so to say. It could be referred to like a village, but it's almost equal to a city. It's more than most of our cities that we know in Nigeria and other African states. I'm enjoying my stay here. It's really cool. My school itself is another huge developed community. You know that the UK existence had almost been from the beginning of time, and it had been the world champion for quite a long time. It's just recently that they had issues with the United States, Germany, that these countries are sharing, France, that they're sharing the world power. Otherwise, we all know that the UK is the father and the mother nation of all these other developed world power nations that we know.
Right away, I think the trail is just coming.
Exactly.
Right?
Now, I told you a train is just passing through here. So look at one of them.
Yeah.
This is just one of them. And we could be expecting one other train to pass
in the next 5 minutes.
Yes, in the next 5 minutes, but nothing more. I bet you see how long that train is.
Yeah.
So it makes transportation a lot easier. Instead of using smaller buses to put food and having traffic jams every now and then, they've got something like this that can carry minutes.
Oh, another one is coming.
Oh,
it's just running through.
This is even less than a minute.
Yeah.
These trains can contain more than 500 passengers at a time. So you see that if, for instance, a local state wants to convey a number of people to attend an occasion, it's quite easier to be done here because a train can even serve that purpose. Unlike other countries where, like in Nigeria, currently to the best of my knowledge, there is no working or functioning train, and that makes transportation a huge problem.
So where do you travel to? There's a rail line.
These trains, basically, most of them are coming from London, central London. But then, like this city, Luton, is in the center of London, Oxford and Cambridge. So most of these trains go to these three basic cities. And whenever you see a train pass this way, practically, it's basically going to the central London. Well, it could be this way, probably it's stopping here, or heading to Cambridge. Or
have you traveled
Oxford.
Have you traveled by the rail line?
Not exactly. But my friends recently, just about 2 days or thereabout, traveled to Cambridge. So I know how the train works.
And you intend to travel anytime, any moment from now, right?
Yes, exactly. I intend to travel anytime. But practically maybe not very soon because I've got loads of work to do on my academic skill. But immediately I'm done with these semesters or I'm having any free time up to a week, definitely I'm going to travel to either London or Cambridge. My microwave needs my attention.
Yeah. I think up there I'm seeing a box of Indomie. Indomie or something. What's Indomie?
That is Indomie noodles. Yeah.
Oh, Indomie.
Yeah, and yam. That we got all those stuff from the African store that our Nigerians have chosen to give to the store as a name. It's quite cool. This is a double-decker bus. It's probably a double-decker bus. It has up and downstairs. The blue one.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah, Captain Phillips. Tom Hanks.
That's nice.
Guys,
oh, you've got two giant fridge.
That is because this kitchen it serves up to 6 apartments, or thereabout. So it's best when there are more than one fridge, so that a group of friends can choose to use one while other use the other. So each person can still have their privacy, even if it's being shared with about 6 or 5 other residents. So
basically, what you're saying, like 5 students using a fridge, isn't it?
Yeah, the 5 or like this particular hall contains about 6 apartments. Yeah, so let's say 3 students can choose to occupy one fridge, while the other 3 occupies the other fridge. Now, this is how it works. I, my friend, the cameraman, and another friend, we are close friends. So we could choose to put our food stuff using one fridge, and that makes each of us have our own privacy, and we can still have secure food, despite the fact that practically the one fridge is being shared with 5 other different users of the apartment.
And your kitchen is
yes,
quite tidy.
Exactly, the kitchen is well clean. I didn't sweep it, but we have a couch in the kitchen. It's very cool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of space here.
It's really nice.
Thank you. Now I'm preparing soup. I'm trying to defroze it because it's been in the fridge for just less than 24 hours and it's really sticky already. So I'm still going to put it back probably for the next 5 minutes and then it will be ready to eat. There is another train now. This probably is heading to London.
Oh, you're quite said it. Like in every 5 minutes you sit, you're really like busy,
Exactly.
and I can say that it's really busy. Not up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of
and these
running
trains
through.
run by time, and they're all prompted to keep to time, including the travelers, the commuters. They are prompt to time because if you're not at the train station on time, your train could probably pass you. And that would mean that your ticket would become unusable when the time schedule has passed. And it seems the United Kingdom.
Oh, we've got another train.
Alright, that is really good. See, so this kingdom.
This place is quite busy.
I tell you,
the real line is quite
exactly,
busy.
and that is because England practically, among all nations in the United Kingdom, houses almost. Not almost the entire world. You have people from all ethnic groups.
There are people disembarking.
Huh? The train station stopped here so that people traveling to Luton can stop and they can alight, and then those who want to travel to some city near here, especially Cambridge or Oxford, can then aboard and make their trip. It's very busy and trains pass very often because it has people from all over the world, from every locality, from every language, from every ethnicity that is in existence in the world. So it's businesses are booming, companies are working, government, students from all over the world. As a result, it makes people travel every now and then, here and there, and it's a huge tourist attraction in this country. And so people, not everyone that is traveling is a tourist, but major part of them are tourists, while others are businessmen. People go to work from different cities. Like I have my classmates coming to school in Luton, all the way from London. I also have one of my lecturers that comes down to Luton every morning from London. So these people practically take the train, and as a result, these things have to function properly in order to keep the economy in a good shape. As you can
see, there's our kitchen, and it's a rail line, and it's flowing, very busy. And we've got a couple of stops here, in here, and we're just trying to arrange and make some foodstuffs. And eat something. We're students here. I'm very comfortable here. We got our kitchen couch. We got our fire blanket. This place is white. It's quite safe. It's quite safe. And you can see.
And expensive as well.
I call it Indom. It's a nice place. It's a nice place. Definitely sure it's a nice place. Now you can see a trip. You can see. That's
quite long.
It's quite busy. This place is quite busy. And really, every 5 minutes you see you passing through. It's quite busy. It's a busy place.
And we're getting this view right from the kitchen window. That's fantastic.
You can come over this way. You can get this view. It's quite a busy place. It's a